Good morning, Mavericks.
Today is Thursday, February 14th.
I'm Laura Dannon.
I'm Maddie Gordon.
And this is MavNation,
your source for LCC news. Happy Valentine's Day, Mavs.
We have a lot of exciting information to share with you, but in light of this holiday, we wanted to start off by asking the Maverick family about their passions.
Hey Mavericks, just because it's Valentine's Day, we're asking people, what's your passion?
My passion is to play guitar and write music, and playing guitar just makes me really happy, and it's really fun.
My passion is beach volleyball. It's the best sport because you're on the beach and hanging out with friends.
Max von Thaden's red hair.
Josh on the block with Ronan on the rock asking you, what's your passion?
My passion's life, man. I'm just stoked to be alive.
I like surfing outside of school because you get to hang out with friends and just be in the water.
Alright, and what's your passion?
My passion is athletics.
Hockey, because I like to skate and hang out with my friends.
I want to be an immigration advocate.
And why's that?
Because I think that there's a lot of stuff going on in the world and we need somebody who's like that.
My passion? Currently to an assassin, probably. That would be my passion. And to discover my real passion would be a good idea too.
Alright, what's your passion?
Basketball, because it's a good sport and I love Coach Ike.
Thank you. Alright, what's your passion?
Academics.
So I'm here with fellow Maverick, Lance Hannicap. I'm asking him, what's your passion?
I like photography just because you get to express yourself in different artistic ways and it's just interesting, really.
Thank you.
Getting into the news for this week, don't forget that we have tomorrow and Monday off for President's Weekend.
Coming up are registration presentations for students in 9th, 10th, and 11th grade. The presentations will cover transcripts, graduation and college entrance requirements, the registration process, and SAT, ACT testing timelines.
The presentations will take place from Wednesday, February 20th to Friday, March 1st. More information will be given to you by your English teachers about when your class will be attending.
There will also be one-on-one meetings between students and their counselors starting Tuesday, March 5th through Friday the 15th.
Just a reminder that the residency verifications for all 2019-2020 students is due now, so make sure to get that into the admin building.
Let's throw it now to Kendall and Taylor with a new segment called Maverick Manners.
Mavericks. These past few months on campus, we have noticed a lack of respect.
Shown through an excessive amount of crowding in the hallway.
So remember, be respectful to your teachers and peers.
And be courteous and aware of your surroundings.
Make LCC
a great place to be.
A really good thing to know is, if you're standing somewhere and people need to walk by, understand where you are in space. Because sometimes when you're standing in a place that's blocking, and for instance during the break, people are trying to get through, people need to go to the bathroom, they can't get through there's a mass of people.
Due to the overcrowding here on campus, remember that you're causing an inconvenience for your students and teachers around you. So remember, be aware of your surroundings and please get out of the way. Now back to news.
Now here's the weekly club spotlight focusing on the Thespian Club.
Hi, I'm Alondra. I'm a senior, and I'm president of the Thespian Club at LCC.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kirstenman, and I'm a sophomore, and I'm a member of the Thespians Club.
Thespian meetings are Wednesdays at lunch in the Black Box. Every meeting's a lot of fun. We start off with some announcements, and then we follow it with some more information about bonding nights or any kind of community service that we're going to end up doing throughout the year.
It's a really fun club where you get to know a lot of people. We play a lot of drama games, and sometimes we have food.
And we end it with a fun game.
Hi, I'm Trent Atkins.
Hi, I'm Morgan Zucaro, and we're both in the Thespian Club and competing in the Fullerton competition.
I'm in a classical comedic scene as well as a contemporary comedic monologue.
And I am in a contemporary dramatic scene and a classical comedic monologue.
The really cool thing about our club is that we just like to hang out and we make a lot of new friends, so please consider coming to join the Thespian Club.
And please come join the Thespian Club. We meet on Wednesdays at lunch. So, yes.
Registration for next year is approaching fast, so if you have any additional questions about the IB program, there's an informational meeting being held on Wednesday, February 20th at 2:45 in room 431.
IB is not the only program reaching out for upcoming registration. Digital Arts is an awesome course that teaches students a broad set of skills in Photoshop and Illustrator while maintaining a fine arts approach and an emphasis on individual creativity. Be sure to check out this elective and maybe even sign up for the next school year.
We wanted to say congratulations to the dance team for competing in their first team competition at El Dorado High School for the Golden Hawk Championship on Saturday, February 2nd.
They won 3rd place in medium jazz, 1st in small hip-hop, and 1st place in large hip-hop. Megan McMahon won 4th place for her junior contemporary solo.
Brooke Waldham won 1st place in her freshman contemporary solo.
Callie Schaefer won 1st place for her sophomore contemporary solo.
Ellie Pasqua won 1st place in her junior contemporary solo.
And Hannah Theodore won 1st place for her senior lyrical solo. Dance also recently hosted a recital. More on that in arts.
We also wanted to congratulate junior Gabby Beltran for being invited to perform at Carnegie Hall in New York. Here's some information on that.
Hi, my name's Gabby Beltran and I am a junior at LCC. And I got invited to play at Carnegie Hall with the honors performance. I got invited through an audition that took place in early September and we were going to be playing in early February. I play the flute and I've been playing the flute for about 4.5 years now. I'm playing with a group of international musicians and we're meeting in New York for our rehearsals and then our concert.
Great job, Gabby.
Speech and Debate has a tournament at Harvard this weekend, so we here at MavNation wanted to wish them good luck.
Last but not least, we have Josh on the block with Mr. Giuliano's pop culture class.
Take it away, Josh.
Hey Mavericks, Josh on the block here. We got Mr. Giuliano's pop culture class. Let's check it out. Alright, so Gabby, what is this beautiful piece of art that you made?
This is my iconic album, and we made an album to see what takes to make one, and it has a list of my greatest hits on it.
Alright, so what are you guys doing right now, and how does it relate to the class?
Right now we're doing crazy trends in pop culture, and for example, one of ours is called Mamba, and it's a crazy fashion statement in Japan with bright orange makeup and circles around the eyes with white. A bit freaky, yeah. A bit freaky.
So this class is probably one of the few electives on campus that I have little knowledge about, and I'm really interested in learning about it, so please give me like a brief summary about it.
So basically we go through each era, and we go through the 20s, 30s, and we have now stopped at the 40s. And we basically learn like important things that have happened historically, and we do projects on like trends of fashion, music, etc. And it's a really great class, really easygoing, but also like you learn so much about just history and just like, and besides that you also learn like just like kind of like other stuff rather than just like straight like historical stuff. So it's really interesting.
So it's a giant fashion class of like trends of what's been going on in the past like decades pretty much, right?
Yeah, not only fashion, just music and like even things that like people would do in different eras like for fun, different activities, and you learn about sports too somewhat. So it's all a bunch of stuff.
All right, thank you. So your assignment was odd trends and fads, and your topic was Mexican pointy boots. So what are Mexican pointy boots?
Well, Josh, Mexican pointy boots are a fad in 2014, I'd say, in Mexico, where you just take a basic shoe, right? And what you do, you could extend the tip of the shoe into a upwards fashion, and these would actually be used for dance parties in Mexico, just fun events in general, whatever you want to do them for. And basically the competition was to make your boots as big as possible.
And how much do you like the class since you've started taking it?
I totally love it. I love Mr. Giuliano is a great teacher. We have there's room for a lot of creativity, and it's not like you're memorizing facts. You have to read literature and you have to watch movies and listen to music. It's really cool.
All right, thank you. I ask him, how did this class start? What's the origin of pop culture?
Well, my idea started when I was in college. One of my favorite classes I took as a history major was the history of pop culture in America. And then some other teachers in the district were doing a similar class. And so I decided to kind of add on to that and adapt it a little bit. And so that was the genesis of it. And then it's kind of growing from there.
I mean, considering the outside world, like after high school, what would be the benefits of have taken this class?
Well, as a society, we always, I think, need to be reflecting on where we are and where we're going. And so not only to understand history, but how the things that we enjoy, whether it's film or fashion or just trends, how they reflect what we're doing in history and what's happening in our society. That's really important.
Well, that's it for Josh on the Block. I'll see you guys in a hot minute.
Thanks, Josh.
Well, that's all from news.
And now,
Sports.
I am LCC.
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 And we are Sports!
This week on Sports, we're checking in with some of the winter sports teams to see how they're doing in playoffs.
We'll also be taking a look at some of the success that both our boys and girl wrestlers have had.
An in-depth look on the girls and boys basketball team and how they're doing this time around.
Last, but certainly not least, a little message to our friend Sam from the MavNation sports team.
Last Saturday, we had 3 wrestlers win CIF titles: Alex Hendricks, Joe Curtis, and Aiden Baker. Congrats, boys. And a big congrats to Cora Johnson for placing second in CIF and Maddie Konopka for winning the CIF title of girls wrestling. For the first time in school history, the girls water polo team is in the CIF finals against SDA at La Jolla High School on the 16th at 11 o'clock. Make sure you turn out, Mavericks.
In basketball, players can either shoot for 2 or 3 points. When shooting for 2, it's better to be closer to the basket. The most efficient 2-point shot is called the layup, and there are a number of techniques to do this. The big man jump layup. The ugly but efficient layup. The Euro step then finger roll. Fake behind the back pass layup. The jelly layup or marmalade. The up and under. Instead of laying up the ball, players can choose to pull up and shoot it instead. The no jumper, typically performed for free throws. The step back pull up. The ankle breaker. The Dirk Nowitzki or do it for Dirk. The old Aunt Kathy. And a shot created by sports for sports, the Austin Garrett. If you're big, tough, and have mad sauce, then you can throw it down. If your teammates care about you, they might throw you an alley-oop. And if you're absolutely massive like Baylor, you can pull off the Porter Hopman. On defense, the coolest thing to do is block shots. You can either block it when they're shooting, or smack it off the backboard as they try to lay it up.
I'm Hannah Etheridge. I'm a junior and I'm a forward.
Hi, I'm Katie Quain. I'm a junior and I play guard on the basketball team.
Our team chemistry is really good this year. We're really close off the court and it really shows on the court. We play for each other, we play with each other really well, and we're really excited going into playoffs.
So this year we are the #1 seed in Division I playoffs, and we're super excited to play because we think we have a really good chance to come out on top. We've faced a lot of the teams, like the higher ranked teams, and we've come out successful in most of those games.
Baby. Hey Mavericks, this is our friend Slom. He had a pretty bad leg injury and sure could use your help.
So when you see him around town, don't be afraid to give him a hand.
What's up, guys? Welcome to a new segment on arts we like to call LCC Mythbusters. There have been a couple of myths on campus that we think are ready to be busted scientifically.
So we're going to take 4 different myths that we have heard about LCC to see if they are truly myths or if we can bust them.
I'm Rocco.
I'm Ross.
And this is Mythbusters.
Okay guys, so the first myth that we're going to attack this week is this thing. I don't know if it's real. I've heard of it. I haven't seen it done before, but it's this thing called EST. What EST stands for is Extended Study Period. So this is a time that's built into a few classes each week, and the idea behind Extended Study Period is to allow kids to study, do homework, whatever it is during this class to reduce their workload at home. So maybe the teacher allows them to get a jump start on the homework for the night. Teacher allows them to study a little bit for the upcoming test. Whatever it is, the idea is that the students have an opportunity to work on homework, to study, to reduce the workload at home. Now the problem is, I can't remember the last time I've actually been able to do this in a class. So we're going to go around to a few different classes during ESP to see if this is a real thing or if we can bust it. It is 11:24 on Tuesday, February 12th. The ESP bell just rang. That means we're going to go see if some classes are actually taking ESP time. Let's go.
Behavioral outcomes for sexual relations between men and women.
Okay.
Speaking of which,
so we're just doing an investigative reporting piece, and we came to see if teachers are actually using ESP time. So the bell just rang.
the bell just rang.
And you are still teaching.
Tell them what I tell you.
No.
Tell them what I tell you about ESP.
So that's one class not using ESP. Let's see the next one.
The bell just rang.
11:34. Let's go check in on my favorite math teacher, Mr. Witzman.
So, so as you can see, Alpha Company, we have,
Busted! All right. This myth is called the parking lot scandal. Legend has it that you can get from your classroom to your car in the parking lot, in your car's driver's seat, out of the parking lot, past Lori or past Ed, and out of the school in 5 minutes. I think this can be busted very easily. We're going to find out right now.
Okay, so it's 2:34 and a matter of seconds. The bell is going to ring.
We both have 5th period theater right now.
The bell's going to ring in about 15 seconds. We're going to see if it really takes 5 minutes to get out of the parking lot.
There we go. Let's start walking. Oh, a lot of little ones. Hello, little ones.
A lot of people at the school don't know how to walk.
All right, so my car is right up here.
So we've made it from our classroom to our car in what time, Ross?
It is 2:37.
2 minutes to get from the classroom to the car. I set the car alarm off.
And now here we are stuck in line.
This is where the time really starts to tick.
It does start ticking. We're about to turn out of the parking lot. It is 2:46. That means it took us 11 minutes to get out of the lot.
And we're out of the lot.
2:46, 11 minutes to get out of the lot. This myth is so busted! So our next myth is one that's a little bit more of a serious vein. It's about recycling. Now I've heard from different teacher and student sources on campus that these little blue bins in your classroom go to the same exact place as these gray bins, meaning we don't separate recycling and trash at our school, meaning essentially we don't recycle. Now, I talked to Fletes, he didn't know too much about it, so we went to Ambrose, the head of custodial, to talk to him about it. What he told us is that a lot of times what happens is they bring all these blue bins down with the intention of recycling, but they're oftentimes contaminated with food, whatever the case may be, things that aren't recyclable. Now, it's not custodial's job to go through and sort our trash, so a lot of times what happens is they simply don't have the time or manpower to sort through this stuff, so they end up just putting everything together because that's all they can do. Now, clearly, on this bin, you can see it says things to recycle, paper, things not to recycle, whole list of stuff, meaning what we can do to help this problem and to help recycling at our school and to help the environment as a whole is only recycle cans, bottles, and paper into these little blue trash cans. So what we can do as students to help this problem is make sure that the only thing that goes into these little blue bins is paper, bottles, cans, things that are super obviously, super clearly recyclable. That helps the custodial staff be able to easily recycle this stuff. Now, Ms. Hansberger has also taken it upon herself to start this program to put these big blue bins all around campus, what teachers can do to help, to make it easier for the custodial staff to sort and stuff, get rid of all these little blue bins, is to take the little blue bins from their trash can and put it in one of these big blue dumpsters that you see around campus. This is a call to every person on our campus. Please, at the very least, all we can do, help our custodial staff, help the environment. Just make sure only thing that goes in here is paper, cans, bottles, things very obviously recyclable. Just because I believe that we as a school can do way better, this myth is confirmed.
All right, so rumor has it that our campus supervisor, Ed, is actually Maui from Moana.
Ed, rumors have been speculating that you're Maui from Moana.
What? My name's Ed.
Busted! Mr. Fletes, how are we today?
Ross, get out of my office.
Thanks, guys. Well, that's it for this episode of MavNation. We'll see you again on March 4th.
And remember, Mavs,
Be the difference.
be the change.
Be a Maverick.